All of us are capable of turning anything we want to into art, and that's what I've been struggling with the most. I've made like 8 YouTube channels that I never stuck with because I never took it serious enough to stick with one channel and one thing. I figured out very recently that my stomach is growling. I figured out very recently that I'm not someone who feels fulfilled in doing one single thing. I've got a music channel that I upload on every now and again, like as often as I can, just because I'm doing like a music challenge where I'm trying to listen to a bunch of cool shit that I've never heard before. But that does need its own thing, right? That needs its own channel to grow and breathe within that one category. And I've been fine with that. That's been totally cool. The only thing for me is the fact that it's not creative. The only thing that I'm doing on my end is actually listening to the music and taking notes on it, and that's pretty much it. As much as I love that channel and I'm obsessed with discovering new music and albums that I've never experienced before, it's not creative. I'm not creatively fulfilled on that channel, and I love it so much, but it's not fulfilling me in that way. And for a while, I thought about doing that channel and having other channels and whatnot, and even TikTok to like fulfill that more creative side of myself. But I don't know, I've come to the conclusion that I have to do something totally creative. And my little sister reminded me of that the other day when she was like filling out some sort of application for a program. She's in middle school, and I was suggesting that she try musical theater because I think she'd really be into that. Like, all she does is TikTok dances around the house at home or at my mom's house. So I suggested musical theater, and I was telling her about how in middle school I was a cheerleader in our version of High School Musical, which was Middle School Musical. Basically, long story short, I was suggesting things like that to her, and dance and other creative type of programs that she could apply for. And I think she settled on business, but she said to me, I don't know if I could do any of that because you're the creative one. And I was like, what are you talking about? You got it too. Like, this is in our blood, kid. But then hearing her say that, and after I left my mom's house, I was just thinking about that. I've seen myself as creative forever, honestly. But to hear it from someone else as kind of a reminder from them was something that I did need to hear. I have not been doing a great job at fulfilling my creative self and my creative side, and I keep forcing myself, I guess, to put that into a box, but there's no box that that can fit into. I think searching for that within myself to bring that back out is important for me at this stage in the game because I'm tired of social media. I have a love hate relationship with TikTok. I keep saying I need to post on there, and then 2 days later, I'm like, fuck it. I don't need to be posting on that app. And I also like the fact that YouTube feels the most intimate to me in a very safe way, whereas TikTok is just you make a viral video and you don't know where that could lead. You don't know what audience that's shown to after it's shown to that select audience that they pick out for you at first. So I just, TikTok, love hate relationship. I like scrolling on there more so than I like posting, I think. But at the same time, scrolling is also very dangerous. Same with Instagram, but I have not been on Instagram since August, my birthday. And I actually deleted Instagram last month off of my phone, and I have not even thought about re-downloading the app. Facebook is an afterthought. I don't fool with Facebook at all, but I just gotta work through TikTok. That's all. But even YouTube, I find myself scrolling on YouTube way too much just to find something to watch and to find inspiration from somewhere. But what I'm really needing to do is I'm struggling to not only pull out this more creative side of myself, but to actually nurture it and welcome it while it's here and to keep it here with me. I need to spend way less time consuming and more time creating and making things that I enjoy without vanity metrics being a part of it. Like, I will admit, vlogging in the past, I'm passionate about vlogging. I love vlogging, but when you want community and you want people who resonate with you on that type of level, where you're sharing a part of yourself, but that community aspect isn't there as fast as you want it to be, and that quick gratification isn't fulfilled, that's where the vanity metrics come in, and I'm tired of letting that rule me. So I just think that no expectations would take me far in that sense. And also, I have to let all of that go because the most I can do is put out whatever art form that I want to put out, and the rest will be taken care of. I can't worry about every single thing that I do because I worry enough. I have anxiety. There's enough worrying going on for me. That's the most I can do is put out whatever art that I want to put out and just let it ride whatever wave it's destined to ride, right? And I think I've come to that conclusion where I'm just like, fuck all of the vanity metrics and everything. If I'm getting 5 views on something that I thought would perform better than what it did, and I'm getting the same amount of views on something that I'm genuinely passionate about, why struggle? Like, why force myself to pick? I might as well do the thing that I enjoy doing. From there, the abundance will come. Until then, it's just like I can't control everything, especially when it comes to whatever form I choose to put my art out there, whatever the art may be. You know, I've also really had a hard fucking time with telling myself that everything that I do and everything that I want to put out is pointless. I deal with a lot of those thoughts very, very often, and that stops me a lot of the time from actually posting things and being consistent with those things. And also the fear of burnout does play a massive part in that. I did have a TikTok account that was in the music niche that I grew. It got over 2,000 followers, and that's like the most amount of followers I've ever had on anything. But creatively, I did get burnt out. That's why I'm like, I can't put myself in boxes. Boxes just don't work all the time. It's not as easy. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. There's so much that I'm passionate about, and there's so much that I want to do, which is why I just wanted to start documenting my thoughts and the things that I actually do in a creative way, in a creative aspect. Just there's so much that I want to do. I am not pushing myself. So I think holding myself accountable with a YouTube channel or something of some sort would help me to better myself in that way. Because let me tell you, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle for me to tap into my creative side and have that be a present side of myself instead of me always beating myself up mentally and figuring out ways for me to not fully stay home within that side of myself. That's something that I don't want to keep doing. I literally feel like I'm dying if I'm not doing something creative. I have to do something, and it has to be consistent, or I have to. It's one of those things where it's just like you have to put action behind those words. You can't just keep saying I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. You have to do it. It's like manifesting. It's meeting what you want to do in the middle with those actions that you actually do in order for that thing to come to you. That's been something that I've been struggling with. And like I said, holding myself accountable, but that's just something that I gotta do, man. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. There are so many things that I want to do. I want to draw, I want to sketch, I want to paint, I want to pick up my guitar again. I want to style myself in like nice clothes. I want to do a lot of stuff. So I'm also very into just making things in general, being crafty as hell, making videos, videography, things like that. I have a camcorder that I need to keep picking up. Just things like that. And just not letting myself hold back when it comes to anything creative. You know? I have to stop beating myself up. The biggest thing lately for me, like I said before, has been me feeling like the things that I do don't matter and that it's no point. I really got to work through that and push through that and keep going because holy shit. I feel worse when I'm not doing something, so I can't just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. The internet is a trap. I used to say years back when I was way younger, like in my teenage years, that the internet was my favorite place. And it's still pretty cool. Like, there's so much inspiration that you can find, and there's ways to connect with other people and build community, which is what I love. But also, the internet can be a fucking cesspool. Like, it can be terrible. So, it can also just wipe out all of the creativity in your own thoughts and the things that you're into genuinely. It can just snuff all of that out and force you to either put all of your attention into things that other people have going on, or it can just be a negative place where you just fall into a dark hole of all these just bad places. That's the aspect of the internet that I don't enjoy, especially the scrolling, which I've said before, but I really need to do something about that because it gets bad sometimes, especially if I'm like feeling depressed. I just scroll and scroll and scroll. But I gotta stop doing that. I have to do it way less because it's great for inspiration, but every now and again you have to be your own inspiration. So that's what I'm going off of. Fuck. I'm really about to start vlogging again. Oh my god. I gotta be my own inspiration just like you have to be your own inspiration every now and again. So, I'm starting. Here we go.